Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and hello if you're new here. We've got another book haul and I know you're probably thinking, Poppy, didn't you do a book haul like 6 weeks ago? Yes, I did. And you know, there was a lot of books now. I think there was like 40 books, you know, new year, new books. But start the year as you mean to go on, and that I have done. Do you know what it is? I'm just addicted to the spike of serotonin levels my body receives when I see one of these turn up with the postman. Like, it excites me like nothing else, and I'm addicted to that feeling. So, you know, what can I say? And do you know what? I started the year buying 40 books. What's 20 more? I mean, maybe, I think there's maybe like 25 here, but shh, we'll round it down. And at the end of the day, I've got 500 books on my bookshelves. What's another 25? Aside from these three, which are already out of the packaging because Koda, my dog, very kindly thought he would open them for me, but the books are unharmed, thank God for that. I had to take them out of the packaging, but I haven't actually opened any of these yet. I mean, I know vaguely what I ordered, but yeah, some books I think I will be like, oh, I forgot that I ordered you. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there and say as well that I don't buy books just for the sake of buying them. Every single book on here is because I really have genuinely wanted to read it for a very long time. Or if I've only recently discovered it, I'm like, oh, that is a book that I really want to read that. So I don't just buy books on a whim, and I don't just buy them for the sake of it. These are genuinely all books that I really want to read. That's my disclaimer to, you know, explain my behaviour. But let's just start opening these books. So the first two books are a little bit different for me. So I've kind of like branched out a little bit in terms of like genres that I read. So I picked up Bride by Ali Hazelwood because this is like a paranormal, I think fake dating, werewolf sort of romance. And I see everybody reading this. I think it's really fun. I actually have 4 other Ali Hazelwood books. Have I read any of them? Not yet, but I will probably read this still first before I read those. I really want to read these, whereas those are the ones like Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically. They are books that I purchased a while ago. Well, Love Hypothesis I bought ages ago when I first joined like BookTok. It was recommended and then I sort of like discovered dark romance, and I kind of always knew that I liked romance on the dark side, but I didn't really know until about 2 years ago that dark romance was such a thing, and then it just kind of consumed me. So I haven't really picked up those sorts of books since then, but I'm really excited to read this. And then The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, which is a megaverse. And if you don't know what a megaverse is, first of all, please just, I'm not going to explain it on my channel. Just Google it, please, just Google it. Yeah, just Google it. But without going too in-depth about it, it is werewolves and pack, sort of like a pack mentality. So you have alphas, omegas, and betas. And obviously alphas are dominant, omegas are neutral, and betas are submissive. And there's so much more to it than that, and I just suggest you Wikipedia it. This is a megaverse. I've never read anything like this before. It sounds exciting. Also, this is a bit of a random one, but I picked up Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I have Ninth House on my shelf. Have I even read Ninth House? No. Do I know if I like it? Do I know if I even like Leigh Bardugo? No. But the reason why I've got it is because I have this incessant need to always finish like and complete series that are on my shelves. Whether I've read the first book, whether I've read none of them, I have to have the whole series. It is a severe problem. My bank account hates it. I hate it, but it's like a compulsion at this point. So I had to complete it. But I am actually really excited to read this because I think it's like dark academia. So I'm not trying to complete it just for the sake of it. I do genuinely think that I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, so the next package. Okay. Oh yes, I remember ordering these. So I picked up Bully by Penelope Douglas. There's a new cover out, absolutely obsessed with that, because actually in my March TBR jar it picked out Fool's Boys, and I think Bully is the first, like Fool's Boys is the second gen to this series, but I haven't actually read this series yet, so I thought I'd get the first book and see if I like it. And I'll be honest, okay, the reason why I didn't get the original one, the series first, is because the OG cover was just so ugly, and I've said it 100 times on my channel. I'm really funny about books and nice covers and getting the nicest like editions of covers if I can. So they finally released a new cover for Bully, so I thought I'm definitely gonna get that. And I also picked up this book, which is Bad Boy Blues by Saffron Aent. I've only read The Unrequited by Saffron Aent, and I think it's one of the most underrated books I've ever read. It's so good. It's like a forbidden teacher-student, like taboo romance. So I thought it was written beautifully, and I realised that she has other books as well. This is Bad Boy Blues. There's a whole actual series of these, so I'm gonna try and get the rest. And this is set in like an academic setting. I think it's like interconnected standalones, I think, and they just have all the best tropes in them. So that cover is so stunning. So yeah, that's Bad Boy Blues. Okay, next we have a box. How am I gonna like, oh, this is so heavy. Oh, it's just like, I don't know, my birthday or something. Okay, we're in. This box is huge. I actually have no idea what's gonna be in here. What I will say as well is that quite a lot of the books that I've bought there's a lot of dark romance in here, even though we haven't really opened many of those yet. There's a lot of dark romance in here, and they are, I'm just looking at the first book now, I don't even remember buying it. Dark romances in here, which I feel like I haven't really seen people talk about a lot, and I'm really excited to read them. They're kind of newer. They've been like newly published maybe in the last 6 months or this year, and people are sort of starting to talk about them, but I'm just, let me just show you. Why am I rambling? First one out of the box is The Coldest Winter by Brittany Cherry. This is a sad book, I'm not entirely sure. Meant to be sad, I think it's meant to be like a one night stand forbidden romance thing. Every review I've seen for it so far has been 5 stars, so excited to read that. Okay, next, this is a book that I haven't seen many people talk about at all, and it's Wrecked, which is a Chaotic Boys book. So this is a rock star romance, spicy, like I think on the darker side book. It's written by Harper Ashley. I know nothing about this author and not a lot about this book. I absolutely love rockstar romance, and this sounded really good. I've seen a couple of reviews on it on Goodreads. They're kind of mixed, to be honest, but yeah, I just thought I'd get it and find out for myself. I'm just such a sucker for rockstar romances, and I just haven't read a good one in such a long time, so I'm just really on the lookout. So if anyone's read this, let me know. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? This is what I literally nearly bought this again the other day, because I was thinking to myself, I can't remember whether I bought this or not, but I did buy it, and it's Perfect Strangers by JT Geisinger. I read Pen Pal by her last, maybe like November. I absolutely devoured that book. It was a solid 5-star read for me. I thought it was amazing, and I've heard Perfect Strangers is meant to be just as good. I've only read one book by her, but the plot twists that she's supposed to write are meant to be insane. This cover is so nice. This is a book, again, I don't know a lot about it at all. I haven't actually read anything by Gianna Darling, despite having the first 2 books on one of her series, and like the Fallen Men series or something on my shelves. Haven't read anything like that yet, but anyway, this is Serpentine Valentine, and this is meant to be a dark Medusa retelling, and I think it's sapphic as well. I haven't actually read any sapphic romances yet. I've had Tryst Sticks Venom by Penelope Douglas on my TBR for the longest time, but yeah, I saw this and I just absolutely had to have it, and I think the cover is so nice. Oh, I love getting new books so much. Okay, so this is a book by Jennifer Hartman, and this is Aria. So this is book 1 in a duet series. The second book is Koda. I did actually buy that, so I'm assuming it's going to be in one of these packages somewhere. Love the cover, really pretty. This also, I think, is Rockstar. Yeah, my rock band. Rockstar romance, but Jennifer Hartman writes very like emotional, somewhat triggering, I feel, romances, but I loved Still Beating by her. It is the only book that I've read of hers so far, but I know that she's very highly reviewed amongst the bookish community. Everybody loves the stuff that she writes. Really enjoyed Still Beating, liked the way it was written, and yeah, this duet was just really on my radar, so I picked this up. And like I said, I just love rockstar romance. Okay, this is another book that I don't really know a lot about, and it's called The Fabric of Our Souls, and I think this is meant to be quite a heavy read. It does definitely deal with some more difficult subjects. I've seen such good reviews for it. I'm not going to go into too much what it's about, but by K.M. Moranova. But yeah, I've heard that this is meant to be really beautifully written. It's meant to be a really good story, and yeah, this is why I'm really excited for this haul, because I'm picking up books that aren't necessarily like BookTok or, you know, these favourites that gain loads of traction, and honestly, like when I come around to reading them, I just feel like they always fall a bit flat, or they're just very average. So I just try to branch out a bit and find books that not everybody is talking about. That's not to say that they're not popular amongst other people, but I am so excited to read this. Okay, so next up, I actually completed a series that I bought the first 2 books actually in my first book haul from January, and I bought the first 2 books by Amo Jones. So this is the Midnight Mayhem series, which is basically like a dark romance spicy circus. As I mentioned earlier on, I've got an incessant need to have complete series, and I have been staring at that ever since January and thinking I just need the other 2 books. So I bought the other 2, so In Silence She Screams and In Chaos We Reign. I really like the names of these books. But yeah, so I completed the Midnight Mayhem series by Amo Jones. I'm so excited to read this. We're getting a nice stack over there. Okay, the last book in the box. This was a great box. This is one actually that I feel like is pretty new on everyone's radar. I think it's very recently released, and it is Sovereign by Rhea Morris Edwards, and this is meant to basically be dark, spicy cowboy romance. Now, I don't love small town romance. I don't love cowboy romance like a lot of other people do. I just find it too cutesy and fluffy for me. I don't really care for it. But this is basically meant to be like a dark romance version of it. A lot of people said it's kind of like Yellowstone meets, I can't remember what the other comparison was. It's meant to be very dark. It's meant to be insanely spicy. So I thought I'd give it a go because anything that's just slightly darker genuinely speaks to me and just makes me feel complete inside. So there were so many books in there. I've still got so many packages here. Oh yes, okay, so I've been seeing a lot of people rave about Jessie Hall recently. I've had That Sick Love on my bookshelves for a very long time. Have I even read it yet? No, I haven't. Do I even know if I like what she writes? I don't know. But did I still buy Kid by Jessie Hall? Yes, I did. Yeah, no, I bought this just because I liked the sound of what the story is about. A lot of people rate this and one of our other books, which I do know I definitely bought, so it should be coming out in one of these packages soon. A lot of people are rating these like really highly. Even though That Sick Love, I feel like it has a lot of mixed reviews. These two books I feel like are a lot more solid in the fact that people rate them 4 or 5 stars. So that's Kid by Jessie Hall. Oh, I really like the colour of this. I really like the colour of this book. That's what's important, isn't it? The colour of it, not what's actually inside. Okay, next. Remember I said about the Saffron Aent series? This is one of the other books in the series. That's These Thorn Kisses. And again, that comes with a really, really pretty cover. I don't really know too much about it, but I just know how much I loved the way she wrote The Unrequited. So I've obviously gone and picked up another series and had to complete that. And there we go, there's the other Jessie Hall book. So that's Hawk, which I think a lot more people are probably more familiar with. The storyline, the tropes and everything in this and Kid, I know that I really enjoy reading, so it's just all going to be on whether I like her writing, to be honest. But I'm very excited and I just love me a good dark romance. I'm gonna have to take a lovely trip to the recycling bin later. Next. This makes me want to buy more books so I can do this again. I feel like I'm getting hyped up. This is the second book in the Jennifer Hartman duet. So Aria was the first book, Koda is the second book. What a lovely, lovely cover again. And yeah, that's that Rockstar Romance one. I need to like actually, is it Second Chance? I don't even know. Then the other book that's in here, oh yeah, so I feel like I actually have seen a lot of people talking about this recently, and it's Skin of a Sinner by Avena St. Graves. And this is meant to be like a childhood friends to lovers or childhood enemies to friends to lovers or something, but it's meant to be really dark and have some, I don't know, kind of, it's meant to be quite taboo. You know, all the things that just ticks a load of boxes for me. And yeah, I see very mixed reviews on it. I actually saw a review on Goodreads that describes a specific scene in this book. And the review was basically saying how they thought that was just too messed up. And I saw that and thought, tick, that ticks a box for me, so I'm gonna buy it. Actually, okay, this is the second to last. Yes. So this is Fierce Obsession by S. Massery, which is I think it is actually the last book in the Hockey Gods series. I have not read it yet. This is actually one of those series that I have constantly said, I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna start it. It's been so many TBRs and I just never start it. But look, I have the entire series now, so there's no excuse. Because what I do like to do is, most of the time I like to read a series from beginning to end if I can. So I finally got the last book, Fierce Obsession. This is meant to be pretty dark and it's meant to be pretty like heavy on the bully romance as well, which I don't mind. I quite like bully romance. Last package as well. This is actually a package that was sent to me, so I have no idea what's in it. First book. The irony of me buying the first 2 books in this series, only just the first 2, but still actually then getting book either 3 or 4, which is A Gorgeous Villain, and this is the Saffron Aent series. Look how beautiful that cover is. That is lovely. Is that stack gonna like fall over? That's stressing me out. And then, what else is in here? Oh my god, and then My Darling Arrow, which I actually think completes that series, so I'm so happy about that. These covers are just honestly so beautiful. They're the kind of covers I want to have this way round on my bookshelves. Monsters and Beauties by Jenica Snow. Now, I haven't read a lot of Jenica Snow books. Actually, I haven't read any, but I know she does write dark romance. It's very spicy. Now, this is actually a collection of romances. So I think there's 4 books in here. And like one of them is, so these are 3 steamy fairy tales that are reimagined romances. So one's like Beauty and the Beast, one's Little Red Riding Hood, and then one's Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Then make it spicy, but they're all together in this because you can buy them separately, but then you can also get them all in here. And I've had these on my wish list for ages, so thank you so much. Okay. It's hard work unboxing books. No, I'm honestly like so excited. They are some books that I have wanted for the longest time, so I'm so excited to finally have them in my possession. I just look, I need to now actually find space for them on my bookshelves. I don't have space. In fact, I actually already have overflow. So basically what I did is I evicted all of my like fluffy and rom-com romances off my actual shelves and then just stacked them, you know, neatly. It's organised chaos, but I stacked them on the floor because I just wanted my dark romances all displayed. And now I need to try and fit this many books on shelves that are actually chock-a-block. Like, I'm not joking, there's no space. I am actually gonna now organise my bookshelves. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, so that you don't miss any of my next videos that are upcoming. I'm also filming my bookshelf tour today, which I'm finally getting around to. It's been very highly requested, so I am going to film that in just a second. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.